Today, I'm going to shift your thinking so that you start to realize that your feelings are actually your greatest asset and the key to developing your intuitive nature. Hi, my name is Melissa and welcome if you're new here. Please hit that subscribe button if this message resonates with you, and welcome back to my returning subscribers. I am your guide to all things spirituality, practical tools to help you connect with your angels, develop your intuition, and find your unique life purpose. So I do welcome you to be a part of this spiritual community here on YouTube. So today we're talking about the gift of feeling. You have 4 spiritual gifts, or psychic gifts, intuitive gifts, whatever you want to call it. And everybody has all 4 of these. So feeling is one of them. We have intuition, vision, prophecy, and feeling. And I feel like feeling is the one that's sort of neglected and judged by our society. It's really hard for children who are prominent in the gift of feeling to go to school, because school discourages you to really jump in and be kinesthetic and learn by feeling. It's more about visual and, mental learning. So feelers can kind of struggle in our society. Okay, so I want today to shift this thinking, to turn it on its head and show you how your gift of feeling can be one of your greatest assets. And it's one of the best keys that I use to make a clear decision about something. And I'll give you an experience that I had in my own life. So a couple years ago, I was moving house and I had decided to move to a particular city, and I was looking for an apartment in that city. And I had certain parameters that I had decided of: the size of the apartment, the range of rent that I was willing to pay, other factors that kind of were my deal breakers. So I did a lot of searching, a lot of visiting different apartment communities, and I narrowed down my search to 2 that I was deciding between. And on paper, there really was not a whole lot of difference. One of the differences was one was on the north side of town and one was on the south side of town, but I wasn't really sure if I had a preference in that area. And I knew that both of them had good school districts. That was another factor. So what I did was I used this feeling technique that I'm going to guide you through today. And how it works is that you will have one choice and another choice. This is really helpful if you're ever in this situation like I was, where you just don't know. There's nothing really indicating which is the better choice, but you need to make a decision. So what I did was I cleansed and I relaxed and I asked my angels to come close to me. And I tuned into, hey, if I made the choice to rent this apartment, then what would my experience be like in the next 2 years? And I got a feeling for that energy. And then I released that. And then I said, okay, if I made the decision to rent this apartment, what would be the feeling for the next 2 years? And I got a feeling for that energy. And what was really interesting was I started to get other impressions as I was doing this. One of them felt more expansive. I was actually, in my meditation, I was seeing myself traveling to other countries. And I was seeing myself meeting a whole lot more fun, vibrant people if I made the choice to choose this apartment over this one. So there was no logic involved in this. It was just pure feeling of the energy of things. And so based on that meditation, I chose to rent the apartment that I had the more expansive, light impressions from. The other one, when I felt the energy of it, felt more intellectual and serious. So I went with the light and fun choice. Now, fast forward to today, what actually happened was I met my now boyfriend, who lives very close to the apartment that I live in, which is, I'm in it right now. And, who knows what would have happened, but I just wonder if I would have met him if I had chosen to live on the complete other side of town, which would have been like a 45-minute drive from where I am now. Because the circumstances meant that I was more likely to meet someone that was close by. And we travel together and we do fun things together. So it matches the energy that I was feeling at the time. But go back 18 months when this actually occurred, I had no clue why I was getting those feelings. It seemed totally illogical. So it's often only in hindsight that you understand logically why you were getting the impressions you were getting. And this is relevant to any kind of intuitive work or connecting with your angels. It really is just trusting what you receive and trying not to analyze it. Just go with it, because intuition doesn't lie. Even though your mind might not understand the reason behind it at first, and you have to be careful of starting to jump into conclusions about things when you really don't know why, and just trust what you're getting intuitively and on a feeling level. All right, so let's try this. Do you have a decision that you're making right now? And if you need to think about that, pause the video for a second and come back to it when you have a choice that you're making, this way or that way. Maybe you're moving house like I was. Maybe you're deciding whether you need to end a relationship. Maybe you're deciding about this new job or that new job. Something along those lines is really perfect for this technique. So once you have that in mind, you can cleanse yourself if you know how to do that. If you don't, grab this video right here and you'll learn an amazing tool to help you be more relaxed when you do these kind of techniques, okay? So cleanse if you know how. If you don't, just take some deep breaths and relax. So bring to mind one of those choices that you're making and say this to yourself. I have made the choice to go in this direction. State exactly what it is in your situation, in your mind. And start to get a feeling for what that experience would be like. Get your mind out of the way and just really feel it. So feeling is a feeling. Maybe it feels light, maybe it feels fun, maybe it feels expansive, maybe it feels heavy, maybe it feels pressured. Try to just tune into the feeling. I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, now bring to mind the other choice and tell yourself, I have made the choice to go in this direction, and state the specific thing in your mind. How does this feel? What is the feeling of the energy here? So now that you have the feeling of this choice and the feeling of that choice, start to make the distinction between those two feelings. What is the difference between the feelings, and which one to you feels more light, more positive, and more aligned? Again, there's no logic to this. You might start analyzing it and go, how do I know? I don't know how I can tell which one felt better. But just state what is. This one felt like that, this one felt like that. And for most of the time, it should be pretty obvious which one is more aligned. You could still try to talk yourself out of it, but on a feeling level, just notice the distinction. All right, so I'm so curious to know how this technique works for you. Please comment below. What is your experience of this? Go ahead and, practice it on your own timing, because I didn't give you a whole lot of time in this video. Give yourself a good amount of time. Practice it again on your own and tune into the power of your gift of feeling. It can guide you in the best direction for you that's in alignment with your unique niche and purpose. There is no right or wrong answer here. There's no right choice or wrong choice. The choice is what's most in alignment for me, my purpose, and my growth. And that is yours alone to really feel into and distinguish for yourself. So this is one of my most favorite techniques for making decisions. So I'm so honored to share it with you. Can't wait to hear your feedback on it. Remember to watch that spiritual cleansing video. If you don't know how to do that, that will help this process a lot, because you'll just be more clear and relaxed and connected when you do the technique. And then I invite you to go to another video next to go deeper with your gift of feeling. I have a video here on YouTube which is called Develop Your Gift of Psychometry, which is another aspect of your feeling gift. So I've linked that right beside me here. Go ahead and watch that one next, and look forward to seeing you over there.